Alright, hello. It's Saturday night. We are back for yet another stream. Hope everyone's having a great evening so far. A great weekend. Excited to be here. Definitely enjoy my Saturday night streams and opportunity to hang out with all of you. Excited to be giving away an MGSD Wing Gundam as well tonight, so that's pretty cool. Stay tuned for more details on that. And let's see what else before I jump into the chat and say hello. I guess, a couple other quick things. Number one, we do have a sale going on over at mechawarehouse.com this weekend. I want to fix that. Thank you, Askalesh. If I pronounced that right for the sub. Let's see if I get that. Let's fix that overlay. Get that line up better. There we go. So anyway, Pres 1525 for 15% off in-stock items this weekend. That runs through Monday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern for President's Day sale. We had an excellent restock yesterday as well. A lot of stuff. Less deep just because there's so much good stuff available and I wanted to get as much of it as I could. So hopefully the really cool ones are still in stock. Idea when you get more of the 30-minute missions Armored Core kits in. Not sure. We're placing another order this weekend, so we should have another decent restock this coming Friday. Whether there's Armored Core 30-minute mission stuff in there is to be determined, I guess. So anyway, I'm going to jump to the chat, say hello, and then get back to building this HG aerial rebuild. What's up, Wolfpack? Gilgorx, it's a trash can. Derek Tsai, Go Zero. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, likely not to stay the whole stream. Running a fever and just run down. Sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better. Definitely take it easy if you can. Heathcliff, what's up? Maverick Entity. MZ, Crixler, Lord Kronos, Matthew Russ, Lego Yoda, Bird Soup, Matthew Mahoney, Technically Metal, what's going on? Solid Monkey, Baka ZCO, what's up? Butter Knuckles, John Matura, Xylan, Graves, Jason S, All Tyson Knocked, what's up? Miguel Santos, Bone Daddy, Matt, how are you? XP Loyalist, what's going on? Rob Sadler, Mute Vortex, Gojira. Let's see. Baron Radium, how are you? Stealthy Bedlam, Velocidad, what's going on? Let's see. Gab, Candelaria, what's going on? John C, Kyle Walter, Real Time 88. I think that's everybody. We'll get into the build. But what's everybody up to? You guys building along tonight or doing something else as you watch? Curious. It's an interesting week. And I can finally give the status update on the move that I really wanted to give a while back. One of the reasons I was saying very mum about what was going on with some of it is that the lease with the company taking over a space was not signed, and it was not signed until yesterday, I think. So it took a while. It was supposed to be signed before we were done moving, and that's finally done. So that's a bit of a relief. And so excited about that, and some other chaos this week. Might have some more interesting stuff in a couple weeks, I guess. And what else? What else did I want to bring up? But yeah, just it's a time to be on here. Let's see. Hey Nick, what's they're working on tonight? Doing the MGEX Freedom, but the face armor snapped into finding a duplicate. Looks like it's going to cost 30. Oof. Then a fire. Nothing like dragging things out. Just relaxing now that I'm done with the Ferret Custom. Just finished Rue. Did some custom colors with it. Fun build. Still not sold in IPO kits. Gonna be a lot of stress off y'all now. Nice. I'll build the desk. Is a mess from a bunch of Gun Club micro projects. Too lazy to clean it. I know how that goes. Just finished painting RG new. Covering for a day trying to get more rental work done in my mom's basement. That's always fun and exhausting. Pseudo Suge, what's up? Working on MGF90. Anthony's remote shoots going on. I'm really excited too about this week. Oh, I gotta put Discord into streamer mode. I feel like I'm disorganized tonight. Excited about the next 2 weeks. So a week from today is the Old Dominion Open. So I'm sure I'll mention it towards the end of the stream, but there will be no stream next week because I will be down in Richmond, Virginia for that event. That's always a good time. I got some new equipment, a little gimbal thing I gotta get set up to make sure all my batteries are charged and stuff too for that. Could be filming a vlog as I go. See if I can level up off over the last one that I did, the PatCon vlog. So that should be a whole bunch of fun. It's usually a really good event. A ton of talented builders. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then the following week will be the charity stream. So we'll make up for it with a 12+ hour long stream working on the Dendrobium, which should be a lot of fun. And I'm a little bit anxious about that because I think I'm going to set up my attic space for streaming for that, so I've got more space, because that's going to be a massive build. But I haven't gotten around to that yet. So I think tomorrow sometime I'm going to mess around with trying to rig that up. And who knows, maybe that'll become the new go-to for streaming going forward, will be the attic space. So some fun and exciting stuff going on. Mecha Life, what's up? Blast Me Builds, what's going on? Arrow Moose, what's going on? You're right, long time no see. Jason S, hope to see you there. Cool, definitely. If you see me, say hi. Hey, Death. Which part are you going to start first? GPO 3, the mobile armor portion? I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the manual yet. I'm still trying to figure out how all that will work. I want to set up a big blank open table, basically, for the charity stream setup that will give me space to do all the mobile armor setup and then still have a desk with the overhead camera that I can shift back and forth to. And what I do in what order will really depend probably on what the instructions say, maybe. But I don't know. We'll see when I get into it. So painted legs, just not a lot of build time this week. I feel that. All right. So B3 and B4. Hey, Studio AU, what's up? Still feel like I'm recovering from the move too, just with all the stuff that got neglected here at home. This is the first weekend that I've got 2 days where I'm not actually going anywhere. Although today I was tied up some portion of the day watching my daughter, as Kate was taking my oldest to a birthday party, so made some progress. Knocked my list down from like 100-something items down to only like 70 or something ridiculous like that. So see what tomorrow lets me do. Hopefully I can get more of that taken care of so I can get back to a slightly more normal and more relaxed weekend, at least. Especially knowing next weekend with ODO is going to consume a lot of my time, and the week after with the stream is going to consume a lot of my time. I want to get back to a point where I'm like wondering what to do. Not that happens a ton, but I want to get to a point where I'm wondering what I should do with my time instead of trying to figure out which of the 100 things on my list are most important. Because then I'll be able to start going after some new ideas, new stuff. Maybe a redacted 3, maybe some other content projects or something. Okay, B12, 13. I guess we're supposed to get a decent amount of snow up here in New Hampshire tonight into tomorrow sometime. I think I saw potentially up to 12, but I think it's more likely to be lower than that. So I guess another good excuse to be home rather than going out doing stuff tomorrow. Not looking forward to cleaning that up though. I'm hoping we'll get to spring sooner than later here. Back onto ODO, I guess. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring any builds this year. I think I might have one of my redacted 2 judges build, maybe. That's new since last year, but there hasn't been I haven't done a ton of new painted stuff in the last year, just with everything going on, how busy I've been. So I'm debating whether I should bother bringing that down, probably, because I'm paying to be down there anyway. I might as well. I guess in some ways, some of the stuff I did on that was inspired by that. I feel like when I went down last time, my whole painting it in a whatchamacallit, doing the kind of shadows in the primer. Thanks for the sub, Crixler. I was kind of inspired by some of the builds I saw down there last year, so maybe I should. Get some feedback from some of those guys on it, maybe. C111, C112. But it should be good. There's often a ton of great builds. There's such a vibrant building community down that way. Lots of builds on the table, lots of incredibly talented builders. I always come away inspired, so hopefully I'll have enough bandwidth when I get back that I'll be able to start painting and all that stuff again, because I'm probably gonna really want to. But that's if I get anything from going, that's what it is. Why is my... Here I am thinking I'm talking to myself. And my chat's just not updating. I wonder what that was. Okay. So there's USPS guy placed the box right for my car instead of my porch. Working here, side hustles. I feel that. My redacted forward is so awesome that it skips 3. I'm gonna feel snow for the year. 6 inches in South Georgia is enough for the next 10 years. Wow, you've got 6 inches down there? Enjoy my Holy Grail kit. If I get to experience portion experience. Show your driveway or just let the snow melt naturally. You definitely can't just let it melt up here. I have a snow blower, thankfully, and it helps. The first year we were here in New Hampshire, we didn't, and we got a ton of snow. I feel like there was one storm where it took Kate and I like a whole weekend or something to shovel it all. It was just way too much because we got like 18 inches of snow or something like that, and it was nuts. So snowblower after that for sure. A bunch of the top was already here in Chicago. So we have snow, but ended like 3 to 4 total over the week. Driving or flying to OD. I'll be flying down. It's a super early flight this time. Typically it's an evening flight when I've gone down. This year it's a morning flight, relatively early. So it's going to kind of suck to have to get up and get going to beat like rush hour traffic into Boston for my flight. But the plus side is I'll have more time on Friday up in that area. I'll probably go to one of the local build nights that they have Friday night up there and be able to go to the whole thing rather than sneak in right before the end. And which means I should probably think about bringing a kit for that, maybe. We'll have to see. And there's a few other things I plan on doing in the area. Like there's a sword shop in Richmond, actually, that I think would be pretty cool thing to check out on Friday while I'm there. Clearing out the driveway with one of those wide push plows the past week. Every time it comes down for a few inches, wears me down after doing it so much. What's ODO? ODO, Mecha Life, is Old Dominion Open. It's an IPMS event, so an International Plastic Modelers Society. To not just give you another acronym. And it's a big model show competition down in Richmond, Virginia. And it's a big one for Gundam stuff. The fact that MG Virtue A runner is not multicolored runner. I keep thinking it's one of the other white runners. Sup, Ravage, Sway, Rodrigo, what's up? Let's see, why are you saying the aerial rebuilds? Getting rid of the clean up nubs and stuff. Like you're not talking into the void, you missed like 5-10 minutes of chat. Wait, Richmond, Virginia. Do I need to visit IPMS Old Dominion next year? I found that area. Yep. It's at the Richmond Raceway. Hey, Earthfig, what's up? It's a pretty good venue. I wonder if it's in the same building as last year. They moved it to this larger building and it had some cool natural light to it. C1, 7, and 8. And then I always seem to run a lot of events at the Richmond Raceway. Yeah, well, they probably have a bunch of different event halls and stuff. It probably makes sense as a place to rent space for exhibitions and stuff. As always, I'm looking forward to utilizing the trip to pig out a little bit, get some Waffle House while I'm down there, maybe some Krispy Kreme. Stopped out of work, started working night shift and weekends on a hobby store, Digimon, Pokemon, TCG, tournaments going on all day. Cool. Never used Richmond Convention Center for much. It's probably way more expensive and or larger. It's like there's a niche size that you need for certain types of events. I've thought a little bit about that. Where would I go to find a venue here in New Hampshire if we were to do any mech again? Because I don't think we'd be able to do it at the warehouse. Don't think. Definitely couldn't do it at the warehouse. Snow sucks. We've gotten rain, snow, ice, and a mix of snow and rain all just today alone. Highs weather sucks. Yeah, it's always fun. We had a storm on, what was it, Thursday? And I think it was snow followed by rain, and it would just slush on the driveway, which thankfully wasn't as hard to clear as it could have been. If we get enough slush, it can be a real pain in the butt. IPMS members still look down on Gunpla. I just turned off IPMS years ago. We were never felt welcome on the old school military modelers. It really depends on the local club. The Richmond chapter and some of the local chapters there, I think, seem to be becoming more and more receptive to it. A lot of it has to do with outreach. The local Gunpla community down there has done a great job of kind of trying to make inroads with the traditional modelers, and they've done a really good job on that. There are other places that they could care less. The ones that do care less are the dumb ones, because this type of model is, bringing fresh blood into the scale modeling hobby in ways that the traditional model genres do not. 3 days worth of rain in North Carolina this week. Hey friends, hope everyone's doing well. What's up, Tim? Just found out about a local shop in San Antonio that does Gundam night, which I'm excited to go. Though I missed their first one they have, another in April. Hey Mando Raider, what's up? Doesn't seem like they do. Jumbo, as there's a ton here. ODO, yeah. It depends on the event, right? There's some IPMS events that have multiple Gundam and Mecha categories. There's others that barely have one, and it might not even be Gundam. It might be a more generic Mecha category. The more of a community you have for it locally, the better, and it kind of self-perpetuates. Another one, there's a Massachusetts chapter, PatCon, which is the event I went to most recently, did a vlog about it. George, who is the president of the club there, is a Gundam builder, so they obviously support the Gunpla side of the hobby. Mentioned turf war between old school models and new school models. I think it would be fun to challenge the old school modelers, have them build Gundam, and the Gunpla builders build traditional models and go head to head. West Side Plamo story. Our local IPMS just look. Us Gunpla guys is weird. They're interested in our stuff. We do cool things and seem generally interested in how the mecha does from orc kits. First IPMS show I went to, there was for sure armor guys just talking down about why it was even there. Then I won Best in Show Sci-Fi with the Gundam. Nice. And like one of the times, I think it was last time I was down at ODO, last couple times really, I've had conversations with dudes that are traditional modelers at their core, but have branched into doing the occasional Gundam thing, which is kind of cool. Show a lot of unique takes on both sides of model building. Go to a local IPMS meeting in our area. Mostly older guys that do armor and aircraft, but they're behind anything that brings new people, very respectful. And I think that's the majority. It just, some need to be educated. So I'd say if you're worried about it, try jumping in, join a chapter, and see if you can help educate them. And show them respect. They'll show you respect back, I think. There's a lot you can learn from traditional model builders that applies to Gundam and Gunpla. Went to a small competition in the fall. They didn't have a mecha category. It was just sci-fi ships. The winner was 40K figurine that was entered by one of the special guests. Really cool to see a 50-plus-year-old guy bring in a thick thigh area. Nice. Here from Philippines, so many builders here in our country. C1, 1, and B7. Over to the old school models for looping and anime battleships, something like the Yamato. Sure. A lot of the fundamental techniques and stuff are the same or very similar, so I think there's enough crossover to be interesting. Okay, so this one I did, and I cleaned up last time by accident. The big disconnect that has Core Gunpla is too simple in their minds because it's almost all snap built. They think we have no building skills. I think Gunpla kits that were customized that look absolutely unreal. Well, it's part of it's just demonstrating what's unique about it and educating them, right? What's difficult about painting and customizing a Gunpla kit that maybe a traditional model builder doesn't have to worry about. Because there are things in Gunpla that are specifically hard. Well, Nick, the first build of the year was the Banya I got from Mecha Warehouse. The waterside decals the first time. Really happy to build. Awesome. Especially since they might not know about anime color accuracy. I know a lot when I first got back in the model, the first couple being snap builds threw me off because yes, back in the 80s, you only snap kits for the starting kit sets. Think about going live and building. Now when I get him, I'm too chicken though. Someone could have spray painted the kit to animate perfect colors, but they would not know. Takes someone who's only built Gunpla and have them build a boat with rigging. Hey Johnny Mechahan, what's up? I'm gonna do the first draw for our prize here, the MGSD, momentarily. I should start thinking up a question. Started years ago with model cars. That's where I learned all my modeling skills from. I hit everything from custom paint to real interiors, even hydraulics. So I got in a Gunpla. Brought a couple of our COD menus to look through. Sosby and Psycho Zaku opened their mind for sure. Outreach from local Gunpla groups. Mine now actually runs the back end local Hobbytown contest. All right, the number of viewers jumped up here. It's like everybody's anticipating the giveaway or something here. So, all right, let's throw up a number from 10 to 1200 and answer the question, have you ever been to a model show or contest? 10 to 1200, ever been to a model show or contest? Remember, one number per person, do not delete or change your number. We only ship US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for it to be a valid entry. Again, 10 to 1200, and have you ever been to a model show or contest? All right, feet, C235 and D15. Shows are great for buying rare kits and supplies. If you have one near you, I highly suggest checking it out. Absolutely. First ODO I went to, found a Babylon 5-star Fury for $30. Lady model contest fashion show, but not a model kit show yet. A few years back, I was telling somebody that I was going to a model show, and the dude was like, "Really?" And totally thought that was what I was talking about. Goes back to, at some point, I need to do a fake ad. Maybe taking the entrepreneurship angle, like a lot of the ads that try to sell you masterminds and entrepreneurship courses or whatever, and talk about models and bottles. Take a scale model car, just at the right scale behind. Should have trolled them and said it was a Victoria's Secret model show. So it looks like I got my fancy convertible car, and then I got the bottles of paint and models. Interesting. Starting on the Arios, if you had built the head and torso and start building the weapons, which is definitely different. I see a few that are just numbers in the comments. Remember, you do need the answer to the question and the number for it to be valid entry. I would hate to draw your number and then not be able to give you the prize because you didn't follow the instructions or missed the both pieces of the entry. Yeah, I noticed it doesn't seem like Google's updated the location of the warehouse. You guys moved, right? We did move. I am so frustrated about that. Google wants me to re-verify and, prove that I am who I say I am, or that my business is, whatever. I did new type. Have you ever been to a model show? The question number range is 10 to 1200. And in the past, with previous moves and my other business, when I set that up, they mailed you a code, and that code you'd entered in on their site a few days later when it shows up, proving that you have the property in question, and then they update it. This time they want me to submit a video that shows my signage, shows that I have access to the building and crossroads and all that kind of stuff. I did that a week ago. Finally got around to it because it wasn't something super convenient to do because I'm not there every day. And they rejected it because I didn't have a sign on my front door or whatever, and they claimed I was at the wrong address. And it's like, guys, I moved. So I re-recorded the video, and it was probably not the most professional video I've ever recorded. I don't know if the insults I added will improve or reduce my chances of getting approved this time. But I submitted that yesterday. We'll see if they get around to approving it this time. I wish they would just call me or something, talk to me, rather than quietly not approve it. As soon as I can find the new address in Discord. Yeah, it's 47 Thames Road. It's on the website too. It'd be on our local pickup page as well. All that stuff's been updated. It's just Google. And Google being Google, they don't want to just talk to you. If you curse in the video, that sounds frustrating. These are real people most of the time. You're fighting with AI. That's what it feels like, Like last time I had some other issue with them related to ads or something, and try to get a hold of a human being was basically impossible. It's ridiculous. Don't worry, AI doesn't understand insults. They recommend not showing faces in the video, but I totally turned the camera around to myself too and said, just check our YouTube page. Right, it's clearly me. I'm in, 99% of our videos or whatever. Like, you should, I am who I say I am. Also, the return address, the shipping labels, and you buy stuff. So if you buy something, you get a hard copy of the new address. You go and buy more stuff before Nick moves back to the attic. Oh, we won't be moving back to the attic. That is for sure. And then Google takes down the channel, right? They'll want me to verify that too. What kind of insults did you use? R-rated insults or PG-13? I think it's more PG-13 probably. Next time will be more explicit. I was in college. I informed the college bookstore that they had the wrong hours posted, and they changed that in a snap. Though that was nearly 7 years ago. Things must have changed. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. All right, I'm gonna call time here. We'll see if we've got a winner. Time is called. Thought I was about to sneeze, but I guess not. Okay, 10 to 1200, 589. Don't they had to shoot a video or jump through hoops? I think if the verification was complete, it's been a while. So that might be it. All right, 589. Looks like no winners from what I can tell. Can't imagine using R-rated insults. Obviously, I only know you from your social media presence, but you don't seem like an F-bomb dropping kind of guy. Well, I guess I'm doing a pretty good job of hiding my true self then. Cursed the Amazon AI out because the laptop packet order was 4 hours later than when it said it was supposed to be delivered, and it was sometime that day. Amazon AI was confused. I get very vulgar with the phone menus on certain caller systems. Sir, can I join MGSD Wing 0? We just did the first draw. I don't think we had a winner, so we'll be trying again in a little bit. So you can join in then. I've seen Nick play StarCraft competitively. I haven't really played StarCraft competitively in a very, very long time. But some of those you call like UPS or something, you call the bank and they try to make you jump through all the automated hoops, and then sometimes if you swear enough at those automated AI systems, they'll put you through to a person. At least I think that's why they put me through to an automated to a person. Most of the time I can keep my cool. It's because you hurt the AI feelings. Nick, when is the next children's charity stream. It's 2 weeks from today, March 1st. There'll be no stream next week because I'll be in Richmond, Virginia for ODO. And then the following week I'll be back. We'll be doing a 12-hour or so live stream, charity stream. We're talking to Social Security sometime. Hey, happy Tsuzaku. To be honest, I find myself not using any curse words while making my YouTube videos or live streaming. Not sure why. I don't, because my favorite word is the F-bomb. Also, anyone excited for the Gundam Seed Destiny Battle Remaster? So, the EPS store, if you need to speak with someone with the robo voice answers, you hit 0 and then number, and they'll send you to a rep. Okay, the trick I've used is you just threaten to cancel, and if you say cancel as the reason for calling, they will put you through to a person who will have no idea why you called, but it's just a keyword that they must use to route people to a customer service rep. Most excited for the Gundam Seed Destiny Battle Remaster. I think I read that coming out May 22nd. We upload an audio video. I plan on it. I'm not sure how long it'll take. I was hoping to have a annual, like a year review or whatever it is that I called it, or some sort of post-move recap up. But I clearly haven't gotten around to that either. But I'm planning on bringing my camera and filming, so. So that's the plan. I think one of the things I noticed last time is being able to shoot B-roll or just looking around kind of footage was kind of rough with just the camera. So I got an inexpensive gimbal that I'll hopefully have some time tomorrow to set up and play with. Which will hopefully allow me to get some better footage this time around. Or to stare at every grunts repeatedly, especially the toms. Nick plushie or sticker when would love some of my bench. Cheers. The logo in the corner here was a sticker at one point. Where is my finger? This one over here. Looking for more content in the ODO builds. Cool. Yeah, I got to do more content in general too. Now that the move is over, I just need to recover, and then I should be able to hopefully start figuring out what that longer term content machine looks like. I'd love to do a Blue 01 plushie, but I think the quantity I'd need to have made is just too high. Love the rendition unique, even if it's a sticker, I'd buy some. We were putting them in orders at one point. There are some out there in the world. I might have a couple left over somewhere. Full laundry as you stream. Just finished socks, but I have 7 singles. The partners are hiding. Feels like a lot of missing socks. It does seem like a lot. Do you have that many unique socks that you... Like, I feel like most of my socks are in sets, you know, a bag of this, a bag of that. That I feel like it's impossible to have more than like 3 singles between all the socks I have. No, 7 Tupperware lids with no containers. Pretty nerdy, so I only have maybe 2 to 3 of the same. I heard that, immediately glared at me for losing her socks. D26. About a 3D printed miniature Blue 01. Like a set of 3 different poses and sell them like Warhammer minis. That'd be cool. I'd like to do something with the Blue 01 design at some point. I need to... That would be a good project when my bandwidth opens up again. To buy another decal sticker. It's the one I got. My first order, my metal water bottle, but it broke recently, so I got a new one, but doesn't have all my fun decal stickers, so I need a new one. Tips of socks makes things simple. What the heck happened, man? I need more sleep. Have I said that recently? So it's only 15% off in stock items, not just in stock items, but only the ones that are like in stock, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's fixed. I'm worried about me, man. Sleep is important. Yeah, I need more sleep. That is for sure. C2, 22. Blue 01 would be a grunt or a hero unit. It's definitely like an ace. It's a unique one-off. It's not one that's duplicated. Fair Nick, sometimes the in-stock listings will show stuff out of stock. That's true. That's what all the different colors, so like the orange O2, etc., come in. I'd really love to be able to flesh all that out in some sort of graphic novel or something. That was in the grand plan at one point. I don't think that's happening anytime soon, though. There is a side set of the option to show only in stock, and when you click it, it reloads, but still shows all the pre-order stuff. That closes the page, drives me nuts. Do you want Blue 01 to be a kit? Oh, I definitely want it to be a kit. I just know that we are a long ways away from being able to do enough volume on a kit like that to make it work. That'd be 6. Yeah, Blue goes from grunt to like ace, like unit. I had the bare bones of like a fictionalized account of the Mecha Warehouse origin story that involved the Blue 01. It'd be a lot of writing and details to work out, and then obviously all the art. I'd love to be able to have someone like Nickel just go full time working on nothing but that for a year, but not in the cards. Got to leak the design of one of those flashy China companies that actually makes their own designs and not just bootlegs. See if you can entice Kotobukiya. I still don't think we would do enough volume for Kotobukiya. Kotobukiya definitely does contract design and manufacturing for other companies. I just think we would need to make like 1,000 of them or something to have the prices be reasonable per unit. I mean, I guess if you could squirt the molds in all the different colorways, that might let you do more volume on the same molds. Make it part of the frame arms or hexagear line. Should go the 3D printer resin route. I've thought about it. Maybe better have to design a 3D print file and sell the file with instructions for someone to build. I don't think I would, because I don't like the idea of having the digital IP out there. I don't think there's any way to protect it once it's been sold to somebody. You're a motor nuclear kit. I have not. The price would be if you could somehow provide the molds yourself. See, the molds are like a lot of the work, though. Might be the part that you'd really want to help with anyway. Having a company that knows what they're doing help design and build the molds for you would go a long way to potentially reducing costs in the long run, because if I were to do it myself or find a mechanical engineer that maybe hasn't done these kinds of plastic models before to help me design the molds, it's more likely to make a mistake and have to fix or, you know, redo the molds or whatever. Hey Rezor, what's up? The one in New York, it was fun to G-Base. Okay, where am I at? Good evening, everyone. Late to the party. What's up, Rob? Imagine the engineering that goes into making a runner is way more in depth than it seems on the surface. I bet so. I don't think it's a trivial process. Otherwise, there'd be way more kits than there are. It was definitely a learning curve to how best to do them, I would imagine. That's the advantage a company like Bandai has. The number of kits they've done, they've got probably a ton of in-house knowledge on the do's and don'ts of how to do it successfully. It's like they say, if it was easy, then everyone would do it. Yeah, I mean, I try to tell myself that every time we start having a rough time with the business, every time that we're challenged and wish things were easier, we've got to remind ourselves that if they were easier, we would have far more competitors, and we probably wouldn't be as competitive as we are, Alright, so we should figure out this second draw of the night here. It would be easier to go resin versus injection molding. I think if the easiest path to having something that we could sell would be some sort of resin printed design, I think, because you wouldn't have to have molds. I don't know what the cost for it would be or what the trade-off is in terms of articulation and stuff like that, but it would be theoretically possible. It'd be amazing how many designers are that are only good at modeling what they're told. They aren't capable of design themselves. Well, isn't that somewhat the difference between like a mechanical designer versus a mechanical engineer too? I've worked at places that had both, and I feel like the engineers did engineering and the designers just did art. They took the design stuff and they cleaned things up and made things look prettier or whatever, but they didn't necessarily understand the design process itself as well. All right, let's do a number from 10 to 650 and answer the question, are you interested in a Mecha Warehouse Blue 01 model kit? Since that's the subject we're talking about, would you buy one of those model kits if we made one? Of course, details notwithstanding, but so 10 to 650, would you buy a Mecha Warehouse model kit of Blue 01? Number 1, number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to U.S. addresses. You must be present to win. Your answer to the question and the number have to be the same comment for to be valid entry. I think that's all the stuff. It was easy and everyone would have a 6-pack, right? So 10 to 650, and would you buy a Blue 01 model kit? Yes, in every color. Okay, what model kit? Blue 01, the robot from our sticker. I'd like to someday. That's what we're kind of talking about, is if we were ever to design a kit of it. I think the problem is I'd probably sell 100, maybe 200, and I probably need to sell 500 or 1,000. I think if you make a Blue 01 resin armor kit, that would you run as a base kit to slap the armor onto. I'm not sure. It'd probably want to ideally be one of the ones that, one of the designs that influenced it. Blue exposed piping, I'm a sucker for that. And it probably looks similar to the Night at the Warehouse poster design. Big question, would it come with the 1/144 scale, Nick? I don't know that the kit would be 1/144th scale, to be honest. Per the lore, it is not as large as a Gundam. I think we worked out it's probably more like 16 to 20 feet tall, something in that range. Because it would be able to stand inside of a warehouse. Chinese manufacturers like the best way to get it. It's a competent, competitively priced plastic model kit, but the details and logistics, that is all difficult. Weapons does Blue 01 have? I know what we had discussed at one point some sort of forklift type lance thing. It's a tape gun and a scanner. Version with the warehouse dock, kind of like the version with the warehouse dock, kind of like that one unicorn kit. There you go. About 60 feet tall. It's about OG gram size. Personally, like that size ain't too bad or too small. It's about 20 feet, 15 to 20, 16 to 20, something in that range. We're kind of visualizing like a high bay warehouse kind of space, having it be able to stand and operate inside of one, since, you know, they're a Mecha Warehouse, not Mecha whatever. 100 of your bench into 2. So I'm not sure what scale you'd want to make it in to have it be a good size for the kit itself. It's a full inner frame. Sounds like you probably have to run 160 to get decals on it. You have to walk around warehouse or hangar. Yeah, exactly. Hope everything's going well. The new warehouse, wishing you a prosperous 2025. Y'all are my go-to plastic rack there. Thanks, Jaden. So far, so good in the new warehouse. Things we're hitting our stride, getting used to operating the space and all that fun stuff. It's a little snug right now. It should get slightly better over the next few months as we hopefully reduce quantity on a few things that we don't want to have anymore and stuff like that. Must be a huge relief without the bloated rent for space you don't need. Yeah, I'm looking forward to like that first month or two without having all those extra expenses on there. It's not just the rent. The rent's a big one, but the heat bill for that space was huge. I mean, the heating bill for our last month was like half of our new rent. Like it's nuts. I mentioned earlier in the stream, vlogs for New Warehouse too. We're definitely going to have some content in the New Warehouse. Maybe not full vlogs, not very often anyway, since we don't have a media person on staff anymore. But I want to do a tour at some point. I'm going to keep an Amplified Digimon kits. We'll have Digimon stuff. You cannot get out of there soon enough. Yeah. So I mentioned we finally got it signed, the lease for the tenant taking over the space on Friday. The presumption right now is that they're paying for March, but until I get that confirmed, I'm holding my breath a little bit. If that happens, then huge sigh of relief. Surprised my MG kit I bought last weekend was processed on like Monday. I was expecting an extra day or two so I could add on my dig and debt, which reminds me I need to pay that. Yeah, we're moving pretty fast at times. We're still, I think there's certain tools that are out of stock that are reducing our order volume right now. When Disbay restocks, which probably will be this coming Friday, and then soon after, if not the same weekend, Gun Primer as well. That's gonna. I'm holding my breath because we might be a little pegged when that happens. And I'm back. Had to run downstairs for a bit. What did I miss? Not a ton. Alright, let's call time as soon as I can put the cursor in the right window. I got tons of questions with the little one now. Well, ask away. I'll see what I can answer. Maybe sometime I'll have to get Nick, the artist that fleshed out a lot of the design, on stream sometime again. All right, 2:28. I don't see a winner. I think things are still scrolling, but I'll let you guys confirm. Where's the pilot sit? What kind of interface? AI assisted, full AI, and it can't operate on its own. Oh, I think a lot of those are things I can't answer. I'm not sure I know the answers to all those. Or at least they haven't been publicly declared. I don't know if we've really thought through all of them. Chat my late. What's up, that guy Mitch? I mean, we're past halfway point, so theoretically you are, but you're welcome and join us regardless. How would you feel if you came into the warehouse one day and there was an AI version of you running things? I don't know. That'd be really weird. I feel like in some ways I'm trying to train Sean into being the AI version of me. Get him to make higher level decisions in the way that I would, you know? So he doesn't have to ask me. Just your face on a computer screen giving out directions. I mean, if it did exactly what I would have done, I could see that being viable, I guess, but so if it's too much, my brain wanted to pump out in the info. I love details like that. They definitely need to get figured out at some point, I think, if we're gonna... I'm just not sure. Terrified. Would the AI Nick power source be Taco Bell? Like you guys have built up my Taco Bell consumption to some ridiculous fictional amount that doesn't match up with reality. What has been your favorite kit you've built? I mean, there's so many good ones. I hate these kind of questions. I think I typically answer the Heavy Arms Custom, but there are so many good kits. Now, you still got the idea of not Taco Bell, Zaku Bell, yes. What brand is that sanding board sponge? So, this is Sand Loop Flex from Gun Primer. It's used for all my soft stuff now. My curves and things. Alright, says both the feet. Right leg, 22, 24, 25. So you guys made it halfway, but fever is up, so Tylenol, shower, and bed are required. Good night, everyone, and thank you, Nick. Nice go zero. Hope you feel better. The soft balancer thing. Balancer's good too. Gun primer stuff in general, I don't know what I did before I started using the gun primer products. Definitely one of the nicer additions to my toolkit. Any kits you want to kit bash? I don't think. I don't know if I do. I probably do, but I don't remember what they are. I have a bunch of painting and customization projects I want to do, but I wouldn't really call any of them kit bashing per se. So much as like adding panel lines or details or whatever. Hey ES70, how are you? Started using a cheap nail file I got at the grocery store. Started out using. Do you still use that, or did you move up to something else? Speaking of moving up, I gave my son a pair of Disc-Bait 3.0 nippers the other day. My oldest, he helped a whole lot during the move, and it was kind of my thank you for him, and he was super appreciative. Hopefully he doesn't break them by doing dumb stuff, because he likes to do dumb stuff sometimes. And hopefully it helps him do a better job with nub removal. He's also been trying a lot harder to cut and sand nubs off and stuff. It was decent, but don't miss it. Always nervous to use sanding products for fear of taking too much off. I find myself more comfortable using just a hobby knife and nippers. I've done more damage with hobby knives than I have with sponges, I think. Finished my first kit with water slides yesterday. Hope third-party water slides are better than Bandai ones because those were rough. They usually are. You ever want to make a custom kit bash at Blue 01? Been thinking about it. There's actually a one of the Hexagear Governor kits, one of the Prime ones, I think, looks a ton like the like Blue 01, and I think would be a pretty easy kit bash actually. I've been using a razor for about 2 years now. It's got hand kit nippers. Small hands, or do you just like the way they cut or something? C223. Your son asked for advice, tips on building. Does he try to be independent? He's asked about stuff from time to time. I think I tend to volunteer suggestions more than he asks. I think that's part of my just personality. I do a lot of like teaching and mentoring in various aspects of my life, so I tend to find opportunities to, and then enjoy the process of trying to figure out how to inform just enough to help and not so much to cause problems or overwhelm. Water slides and Gundam base Mark II. Now I got another Mark II and a goof flight type to do decals on. Hope it doesn't go terribly. Well, good luck. As he asked, the MGDO hidden in your bedroom. So working on the Amazing X here to get finished. Got a new kit. So my oldest that's using the 3.0s is actually working on a gun cannon detector. That's what it's called, right? The other son is working on the Amazing X. Yes, he's still working on it. Made him want the RE100 gun cannon detector. I don't know. It was not so much that he asked for it. It was a gift. I wanted to get him something that was 1/100 scale because he's liking the bigger builds. It looked pretty cool to me. I thought he would enjoy it, so. Didn't know you had two sons for some reason. I thought it was a son and two daughters. Is that the gun cannon detector, or if that would get in that one? It looks pretty good so far. He's doing a pretty good job with it. He seems to be enjoying it. God, I hate stickers. Yeah, I got two sons and a daughter. Both sons are building. One's 6, the other is 11, and then my daughter is 16 months. So building is at least a few months away for her. When you're giving his first Heavy Arms MG, it probably blows his mind. Thinking he watched the base attack and Unicorn, and that is what stood out the most to him. No, I don't think he's only really watched Build Fighters and Build Divers in terms of watching Gundam. Did you rebuild yesterday and it broke? Might no stickers rule for the thighs. A decade and the oldest and start letting the business take over the empire. Alright. he was super helpful with the moves, so there's a chance I might actually hand it over to him at some point. Who knows? Watching toward the base portion of the gun can't detect being what stands out would be insane. Yeah, I definitely didn't even know it was in that. That it was from Unicorn until I started looking up information about it after I was checking it out. I feel like there's so many designs that get their like 10 seconds of screen time. Great, a 6-year-old is doing HG kit. Wonder if my 6-year-old would be able to handle the basic HG. He did the Gram survival version himself with me watching and did a good job. I'm helping him out a lot with it, but I'm trying to be as hands-off as possible, and he's doing pretty well. He does really well with like Legos and stuff following the instructions, so he's gotten pretty good at some of that stuff. Just certain things are a challenge. Imagine if your oldest winds up doing Gump review videos for the channel one day. I could see that. That'd be interesting. A ton of suits showed up in the tournament-based attack for like 10 seconds and somehow got kits. Not complaining though. Fed and Xeon grunt suits are peak. Yeah, well, it's like the other one, the Gustav Karl. You know, that gets like 10 seconds of airtime in Unicorn and then got a kit. I'm not complaining on that one either. It's a really nice looking kit. Really cool design. But it is kind of crazy that they have kits of these things that appear for, you know, 10-15 seconds. And I feel like there's other suits that are have major screen time in other series that don't have kits. Gustav is the main grunt suit narrative. This got Pokemon kits down pat and do stickers so they get put on cleanly and not crooked. Stuff is bulky. At least the Gustav Karl appears again Hathaway. Maybe that was part of the decision. The Karl already got like 5 minutes of screen time. And Hathaway, was that before or after the kit got released? Lego is something I missed the magic of. Just didn't hold the same magic anymore. Gunpow's what holds it because I can cut, paint, and make it what I want. It stays that way. Some kits are light novel exclusive. I still get a kit. Thought about the one that only ones I can find. There's the seed kits. I'm not an Evil Dead. Gustav kit was a Unicorn kit they probably already knew it was going to be in Hathaway. I don't know. Movie Hathaway came out way after Unicorn. Don't know if it was in the Hathaway novel. I just don't know. I don't remember exactly when the Gustav Karl came out relative to the publication of Hathaway. Here I thought I removed the nubs from that piece and I just completely didn't in Spaced. Let's see if I can clean them up without disassembling. I think I can. You have a Hobby Lobby nearby? Usually I have a few. My local one usually has the Gramps of new. Let's see. Crawl came out 2019, half that came out in 2021. Okay. So I wonder if they knew that Hathaway was going to have it at that point or not. Shop Hobby Lobby. There is a local store support or buy from Mecha Warehouse. So she would make a grunt for the EG line. Grunts for EG would be cool. I feel like mostly entry grades tend to be simple. They're just simple, easy to build versions of popular like lead suits for the most part, aren't they? Probably. It takes time to get animation movies in the pipeline. I mean, it takes time to get the kids through a pipeline too, I would imagine. Purpose was on purpose. It's a weird decision because I would want the kid to brand as Hathaway for the novelty and marketing instead of unicorn. That would make sense. Yeah, so they might have just decided to do it. I mean, unless they knew maybe Gustav Karl was in the novel or something, or the manga, and they figured that they'd be able to do it when it comes out. The reason Gustav Karl shows up in Unicorn Narrative is because it was a design for Hathaway's Flash. I notice Gustav Karl appears to my chunkier aesthetics. Yeah, I like the design a lot. I've got plans to do something with mine at some point. It's been sitting on my bench up in the studio up in the attic. I'll check in a bit to see if I can ditch this fever quicker. See you later, Digital Bach. I hope you feel better. Seems like a few people are dealing with bugs tonight. I'm hoping I don't get sick. Seems like everybody in my house has been recently. I really can't afford it. All right, let's make another attempt at this draw. All right, let's do for our next draw here. Let's do a number between 10 and 300 and answer the question: which do you prefer? Chunky, thick suits or slim designs? 10 to 300, chunky or slim. One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to U.S. addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comments for valid entry. 10 to 300, chunky or slim. Chunky more dark than you know what to do with. I feel like the real question is, do you like your mobile suits like you like your peanut butter? C2 25 or 26 and 26. Prefer good proportions regardless whether it's chunky or not. So, not the, was it the Ilfrith Thorn? The worst proportions known to man. 25 and 26. I've got that song from Madagascar going to my head, Nick. Which song is that? I'm not sure. I'm familiar. Enough like smooth peanut butter. The thorn considering chunky or slim, I'll pick whatever category it isn't in. Son, the one male hippo since in Africa, I think it's the second film. I'm not sure if I remember that or if I've seen it. I think I've seen Madagascar, but I don't recall. Alright. I like junk kits that I cannot buy when a Barbie walks in with an itty-bitty waist. I get bored. Oh, man. AFK, what was the question? Range slim or chunky mobile suits, and 10 to 300 is the number range. I'm gonna call time in a moment here. Probably finish up these couple pieces and then I'll call time and see if we have a winner. Hello from Kyoto. What's up, Ace? How are you? Well, I hope you guys are good too. It's good to hear. All right, so Circuit break doesn't die like Gundam Evolution did. Just give it a minute. Alright. Calling time now. Okay, 10 to 300 was the range. 105. I'll let this scroll for a moment. I don't see a 105. I think things are still scrolling, but I'll let you guys confirm if that's the case. Evo shutting down made me sad. Battle Hoppers 2 PC is horror nightmare. So we're down to the last 15-20 minutes here. Kind of want to bring up the charity stream again next week. I'm down in Richmond, Virginia for ODO, so there'll be no stream. 16 and 21. But the following week, March 1st, we'll be doing a charity stream raising money for Shriners Hospitals for Children. Be streaming all day, I think aiming for like a 9 a.m. start or so. Building the HG Dendrobium. So, hoping you guys will all be able to make it for at least part of the day. Hopefully with the ability to help us in our goal. We're trying to raise $10,000 for Shriners Hospitals for Children next week, or next stream in 2 weeks. What did we hit last year? 9K. We hit 10K. We hit the goal by the end of it. We're hoping to do a repeat this year, do an all 10K. We've got, I think, 29 kits so far lined up for giveaway prizes, and I haven't selected what Mecha Warehouse's contribution to the prize pool is going to be. Probably add a couple bigger kits. Next day, catch you next week. Have a great week. I'll see you later, Dylan Dahl. But we're up to 29 kits so far. Bandai and Kotobukiya stuff. Probably another 5 to 10 kits will be added to the prize pool by the time we're ready to roll for the charity stream. Be there. Have a great night, champions. Still got one more draw. Got a little bit more time here. Everybody's leaving already. The other thing I want to throw out there is that a lot of employers do offer matches on donations. So it might not be a bad idea to approach your employer if you know about them doing that, or are curious if they do that ahead of time. I think you need 2 streams to finish the kit like last year. I'm not sure. The Drobit will be interesting to do. I'm kind of hoping we can pull it off in one, and that we'll be able to hit the goal in one, but we'll see. You know, we'll do what we need to do in order to finish it. I'm looking forward to building it though. That's been a Grell kit for a while. I also have no idea where I'm going to put it. I was kind of banking on having space at the warehouse back when we had the big warehouse. I need to find like a giant display case thing I can put it on like a pedestal somewhere. Any other Grail kits? I think the next one I'm looking to acquire that I'd consider a Grail kit is so one of the hard graph sets. It was the tank, 135 5th scale tank, M61 or something like that. Reminds me of the double barrel tanks from Red Alert. That'd be a pretty cool kit to have. Get a shell, put it on your wall to your right, so it shows up every stream. I might be able to find a place when I redo upstairs. So the attic, one side is what used to be the warehouse back when it was in my house and became the studio. The other side's been storage, but I want to turn that into an office and move myself up there so my oldest can maybe take over this room as his bedroom. I could see maybe on top of like a detolf or something. I don't know, would it fit on top of a detolf? It might be too big for that. I'll have to like wire it up and hang it from the ceiling or something. Two detolfs side by side, maybe. I remember it being long with that, was it the rifle or whatever it is, the lance thing? I'm going to do these steps in order. So one is the lower leg, two, the upper leg goes in like that, three, it folds up, four, that slides in. Our details can discontinue. They are. I've got two. I've got one in the office here, and I got one that I brought home from the warehouse. That's going to reside here somewhere. Any particular reason you chose the Shriners of Charity? That's a great question, and yes, there's a very, very particular reason. Some years back, it was 2019, end of 2019, I did my first ever charity stream. We were raising money for charity water. It's when I built the Maganac core, the entirety of the core, all 40 units, plus Sandrock. And it was supposed to be a one continuous effort, and that didn't quite work out that way because partway into the stream I got a call from Kate. She was with the kids at a friend's house, and my son managed to burn both of his hands on their fireplace. They had like one of those glass fronted fireplaces. He burned both of his hands, and ended up being referred to Shriners Hospitals for Children for their burn care, and they're the reason his hands are good to go today. He healed very, very well. They took good care of him. They didn't charge us anything for it. They don't they take care of kids regardless of your financial situation. And it was incredible, and I kind of vowed right then and there that if I was going to raise money for anybody, that they were a very worthy cause. So I've been doing charity streams to raise money for them since then, because it was a cause very near and dear to my heart. Hey, Nightfire, welcome. We're almost done for the night, but welcome nonetheless. We'll put up that final draw of the night here for the MGSD kit that we're giving away in a moment. Schroeder does amazing work with the limited resources they have. A surgeon I work with used to go to the Philly one for ortho cases. He sadly had to stop because he doesn't have time anymore. His practice is too busy, but he still would love to go back. Yeah, I mean, they were such a great organization. They did incredible stuff, and I count myself very, very lucky that we had access to them, because they really helped my son out. You couldn't tell today that he had burned his hands, but they were pretty bad. All right. Okay, so final draw of the night. Let's do a number from 10 to 110 and answer the question, will we see you not next week, will we see you in 2 weeks for the charity stream? 10 to 110, do you plan to be back in 2 weeks for the charity stream on March 1st? Number 1, number per person, do not delete or change your number. When shipped to U.S. addresses, you must be present to win. And your answer to the question and the number have to be the same comment for valid entry. Again, 10 to 110. And answer the question, will we see you in 2 weeks, March 1st, for the charity stream? Hopefully we'll see all of you then, even if it's only for a little bit. Should be a lot of fun. Like I got tons of stuff to give away. I should rattle off what we have so far. I was working on the list earlier today, getting it ready for the stream. Maybe before we call it a night, I'll read off all the prizes we have so far. It's a lot of stuff. It's all just stuff that's been donated so far as well, which is great. Kotobukiya helped us out a ton. Got a bunch of stuff that they sent over. And we have a couple donations from some of our regulars. The donation link be live after the stream as well. Jason, it probably will for at least a little while afterwards. I don't know off the top of my head how long that will be. That's up. Do not donate through Super Chat. Follow the link. People donated through Super Chat last year. Yes, yeah, that's very, very important to remember. Might even turn off the Super Chats for that stream just to minimize the risk of that happening. All the stuff Kodo does for you guys, I think you get a couple of kits soon. Kodo's great. They're one of our favorite vendors, manufacturers to deal with. We deal with Kotobukiya directly, and they do it right, you know. The way they run their business is intelligent, and they're super supportive. I can send an email to our rep over there and have a good, useful answer to my question or a resolution to some problem we're having relatively quickly. And that's not necessarily true with a lot of our other vendors and distributors. Sometimes we have to work for answers to things and stuff. Could always donate at the start of the year. Payroll decided to forget everyone's deductions, so we're all losing 100 plus a week to make up for it. Oh, that's rough. Got a few of the MSG stuff, and they were very easy to build and a ton of options for how to use it. MSG stuff's good. I've done a few MSGs as well. I wish I had my regular aerial right next to me, but I don't. It's at the warehouse now. To compare how this leg is, I feel like there's some noticeable differences here, but without the side-by-side, I'm not sure if I could determine that easily. So I threatened to read off here. So we've got, it's 29 items so far up for grabs for the charity stream for giveaways, which is incredible. If I do what we did last year and we have thresholds for each prize and we end up with like 40 prizes at the end of the day, that's gonna be what, like another prize entering the pool every like $250 donated or something, which is amazing. Now chat, what's the range in question? 10 to 110, and will you be joining us in 2 weeks for the charity stream? Okay, so prizes. We got a whole bunch of full mechanics IBO kits that someone donated. Gray's standard type, commander type, Gray's custom, Grimgird, Galio Schwab Grays, Barbatos 6 form, McGill Schwab Grays, Barbatos Lupus, Kamara's Trooper, Kamara's booster unit type. So all those were donated from a generous regular. MG Death Scythe Rosette unit. That's a P Bandai kit, was donated by another individual. It had to be someone's backlog, yeah. And those are kits that a lot of them haven't been printed in a long while. So, how would kits be donated? Reach out to me, Kyle. If you're on the Discord, DM me directly. Or you can email nick@mechawarehouse.com if you have kits you want to donate for the charity stream for donation or for giveaway prizes. And then a whole bunch of Kotobukiya stuff in no particular order. Frame Arms, Gryphon RE2, Megala Maria Principal, Frame Arms Jubei, Megala Maria Ruby Eye, Hexagear Governor Weapons Gatling Blade, Hexagear Governor Engineer Set Type A, Hexagear Gertrude, Megami Device AUV Susanoo Guren, Arcanidia Elena, Megami Device Chaos and Pretty Queen of Hearts, Megami Device Astra Archer Shadow Edition, Megami Device Chaos and Pretty Grandma, Megami Device Buster Dog Gunner, Sosai Shoho Teien Bukiko Kotobuki, Frame Arms Gryphon Armor Parts version FME, Megami Device AUV Susanoo Regalia, Megami Device AUV Amaterasu Regalia. Ugh. So, no Kotobukiya Ace Combat stuff. Nothing for prizes for the charity stream giveaways, but that's 29 kits total. I bet you that's, I don't know, a couple $1,000 worth of kits if you add them all up, which is crazy. So, and then Mecha Warehouse will be adding stuff. A few other people have threatened to donate some stuff, so we might end up with, 40-ish kits to give away by charity stream time, which is awesome. You know, it's a lot of stuff to give away, and hopefully it helps us get the viewership and the donations we need to hit our goal. All right, and I think I'm gonna call time, and let's get us a winner for this MGSD. All right, 10 to 110, 73. When will stream start? I think at 9 a.m. I'm gonna put out a ton of stuff between now and then. I need to get really serious about promoting it. All right, Colin Thompson. Is there more than one winner? Igrim 757. And RK Zhao. All right, so Colin Thompson, Igrim 757, RK Zhao. We're gonna do the virtual die here. So I'm gonna roll a virtual D6, since there's no such thing as a D3. If it comes up 1 or 2, Colin Thompson is our winner. If it comes up 3 or 4, Igrim 757 is our winner. And if it comes up 5 or 6, RK Zhao is our winner. Although that's a good question. They all here. I see Igrim, RK Zhao, and Colin Thompson hopefully are here. Yep, Colin Thompson's here. And RK Zhao's here. Okay, so we will roll because they're all here. So again, 1 or 2, Colin Thompson, 3 or 4, Igrim 757, and 5 and 6 is RK Zhao. RK Zhao said 273. No, I believe it was 73. Maybe 273 on past ones, but for the most recent one, it was 73. Okay, here we go. Hey, Esquizoide. And it came up as number 1. So Colin Thompson is our winner tonight. But I'm late. Yeah, very late. We're just about to wrap up here. So congratulations, Colin Thompson. You can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com with your info, and we'll get that in the queue to go out. All right, and I think that takes us to the end of the stream tonight. So thank you all for hanging out and watching. Tonight went by super fast, as it typically does. So thank you once again. Don't forget, next week there'll be no stream. 2 weeks from today is the charity stream. Hopefully you'll see you then. We got tons of prizes lined up, giving away a ton of stuff. Don't forget, we do have a sale going on over at mechawarehouse.com this weekend. Save 15% on all in-stock items with code PRES1525. Take advantage, grab some good stuff, and yeah, see you in 2 weeks for the charity stream.